Will planes take off for Rwanda before this present government is thrown out? No. No, I think that's my firm prediction. No, there will be no planes to Rwanda. Will the borders be controlled? No. No. If anything, next year, if the Prime Minister decides to bottle it and hold an election later in the year rather than in May, there will be a surge in small boats in the summer when the weather improves. This year, the weather has been all over the place, so the boats have actually been curtailed. It's got nothing to do with any form of threat, any form of engineering by the Home Office. The Home Office civil servants are in pretty well open revolt and are on have been on a go slow engineered by Theresa May. So that go slow, that hostile environment, together with the general feeling that the direction of the Home Office is wrong, simply means nothing will happen. In order to get any movement, there would need to be memos and documents drafted, schemes of work and so on, and the likelihood is that James Cleverly will simply be spun on the spot by his senior staff, and his inexperience in the Home Office will be exploited. Asylum rules are open to abuse. If they exist clearly, I don't think they do exist clearly. And the border force, in any case, is not particularly well paid or energized. It's not very well motivated. The people who are recruited into it are generally not in favor of what they're doing. So the whole thing is demoralized. And it doesn't matter what sort of leadership is now shown. The leadership that has been shown for the last 13 years has been so execrable in the Home Office that the entire ministry is in collapse. And you only have to look at what Matthew Rycroft admitted in 2021 when he was told there was no need to slavishly follow government advice. And he was accused then of trying to frustrate the government's anti-woke agenda by telling colleagues, no need. Matthew Rycroft, the Home Office Permanent Secretary, as then, said that civil servants should accept government policy on some things, but on others, it's for us to be stewards. And what has happened to the Home Office, not since that period, but since long before, it's been in a slow stagnation. Rycroft was Priti Patel's senior civil servant, and said things like our democratically elected leaders did not have to be obeyed. He was accused of being unprofessional. One person even used the word, the inappropriate word, dumb. I think what he was saying suggests strongly the atmosphere that is going on in the Home Office, the atmosphere that has been going on in the Home Office, and why this is the problem. We also only need to look at Sir Philip Ruttenham, another product of this problem, and he accused Priti Patel of bullying. So, pushing against this problem by a minister who is determined is not going to work. It turns into bullying. And apparently Suella Braverman did a lot of encouraging, saying how wonderful everybody was when everybody was sneering behind her back. Well, who wouldn't? What the Home Office needs is a root and branch clear out and to start doing its job. And that may sound like a contradiction from someone who clearly doesn't want the Rwanda scheme to go ahead. I don't. But I do want people to have their asylum requests processed, because that way we get down the ridiculous situation where we're using so many hotels to store migrants in limbo, to put them in deep freeze. It's ridiculous. It's inhumane. And it's wrong, and it hurts us in so many ways. There are two ways in which we could free people from hotels without putting people onto Bibi Stockholm, which does nothing. It's a stupid gesture. The first way is we can redefine the rules so that we allow those who want to get their own property and work to do so. That immediately opens up the accommodation issue. The second thing that we can do, and that we can do with immediate effect, even without processing all the applications, is to encourage a greater self-reliance, and to give people, for example, some sort of tokens or some sort of freedom to take away. This should be in two parts. Number one part to energize and to give respect back to the migrants, and number two, on the other side, to take away this statistics approach, this goal meeting approach. We need to personalize the people who have come here, and we need probably to personalize the people who are making those decisions. This idea that this is a numbers game is dehumanizing and not helpful. So a lot of the problem with the Home Office is about a problem with the civil service. It can be sorted out. It's not I don't think even if we had a Rwanda option that would sort out our Home Office problem, because it's a much deeper problem, and we need to get the civil service to start processing and start sorting out our backlog. And an effective minister, a thoughtful minister, could do something by changing some of the rules, and by modifying the way that we deal with those migrants who are already here. Throwing people out and giving them 28 days, or now giving them 7 days to find accommodation. In other words, throwing them into the mercy of a future in a tent. That is not the way forward. That is as foolish as keeping them locked up in hotels at our expense.